My older brother Wallace usually lives in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. But from April to June, he'll be staying with me in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hi there! I'm Eunice Liow and I'm 22 years old. And my brother Wallace Liow is an artist who likes drawing lion dance and lion art. I thought, since he'll be here, why not start a small art business together? And I've set a challenge following the 12-week year. By 12 weeks, I aim to officially launch our small art business with Wallace. If you're here to know more about how I'll make progress to complete this challenge, you've come to the right place. This is week 1 where I primarily look for suppliers. For context, starting a small art business has been on my mind for quite some time. Wallace is just such a talented artist. He keeps drawing every week that the drawings have really piled up. His art teachers know. And I've always wanted to give him an opportunity to contribute to society and to also expand his world. So I started helping him to post his artwork professionally on Instagram since December 2022. However, soon enough, I felt that I was missing many things. I had thoughts where like, why isn't his fan base growing? How do I reply to comments because I'm not Wallace? And I had thoughts where I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And it was until recently in March where I finally found the courage to open up about my insecurities to my friends and family. And I was very surprised and so happy to realize that what I got back in return was just tons of warm encouragement from them, saying how I actually inspired them and how my relationship with Wallace is actually very wholesome. I used to think that I didn't want to involve myself with Wallace's brand image because I was worried that I would steal the attention from him as someone who is more fluent in speaking. But now I realize that together we are actually stronger. And by finally including myself in my grand hopes for Wallace, I realized that together we have an irreplaceable and inimitable value that we can give to everyone. Our sibling relationship filled with unconditional love despite the challenges of disability. Starting this art business will help Wallace connect with lion dance lovers and show that disabled people can excel alongside the able-bodied individuals. We want to inspire hope in everyone, especially the disabled community. And together with them, we'll show that every person has a unique value and can create positive change. Let's become courageous lions and persevere together. Hence our brand name, We Lion. It's 25th of March today and I've done 6 things today. So the first thing I did today was I learned how to find suppliers. So I've watched a video suggesting 3 ways that I can look for suppliers, and I started with Alibaba first. So I've been trying to look for like local Malaysian suppliers because I want to contribute to sustainability as well. But the issue is on Alibaba, you can't really find many Malaysian suppliers that also offer to make customized keychains or patches or merchandise in general. So I might be considering using another platform to search for suppliers tomorrow. So number 2, I considered the need to register a business. So on the topic of searching for suppliers, I did some research and found that okay, so online businesses need to have a registered company as well. Yeah, I didn't want to break the rules, man. I am inexperienced. But I asked my mom for her thoughts about registering a business, and she said, no, there's no need to do that, it's too early. But I asked her, what about the suppliers? Will they turn me away if I don't have a business? And she said, suppliers, they'd be happy to have your business. You're paying them first before they give you the product. And okay, that makes sense. So the third thing I did today was I searched for lavalier marks or lapel mics. I was thinking that if I wanted to make content with Wallace when he gets here, I'll need to have lapel mics that are wireless so that we can freely go around to like record ourselves doing stuff, whatever shenanigans we were up to on that day. And yeah, I didn't have those, so I've been searching on Shopee, on Google. I might get the Remax KO too. Still considering. The fourth thing I did was I looked for art classes that around our area that Wallace could attend when he will be in KL. Yeah, my family and I decided that we didn't want my brother Wallace to waste his time here doing nothing. So yes, we decided to look for art classes that he could participate, and who knows, hopefully he'll also learn some new techniques because he will be the content, because he will be the artist in this small art business, not me. And then afterwards, I watched more YouTube videos on how to create content. So prior to this, I actually already did some homework on how small art businesses started their business, how they did things, etc. And now it's really just about how to make content on YouTube. And these two are very, very informative. So if you see why my YouTube intro resembles them, yeah, that's why. The last thing of the day that I did was I planned out the thumbnail and the title of this intro of this weekly video that I intended to use. And I asked ChatGPT to give me a structure on how to create the YouTube content for the weekly video and also the daily recording. So that's all for the first day on 25th of March. Hi everyone, it's the 26th of March and it's Tuesday. It's the second day today and I did 10 things! Yeah. First thing I did this morning was that I finally bought the lavalier mic. I didn't change my decision. I still stuck with the Remax and it costed me a total of 68 ringgit and 90 cents on Shopee. And then afterwards, I continued looking for art classes for Wallace. So far, we're making good progress. I'm really starting to narrow it down to that few. And thirdly, my mom also, she's attending a course to learn about business. And she did share with me something that's very cute. It's like a robot-shaped structure. And then the feet of the robot is basically legal law. The very things that I'm very worried about. But I still have to force myself to learn. So I will be thinking about when and how I should go about learning about the legalities of business as well. And then after that, I continued learning how to contact the suppliers. I created a spreadsheet following the videos, so I have the supplier name, the location they're in, how to contact them, the products that they have that I want, and also their certification. And I also listed out some questions that I wanted to ask the suppliers. I drafted them out based on the videos, and then I ran them through my mom for feedback. She told me to add on asking for wholesale price as well, together with the MOQs. I think that was nice. I also approached my business tutor, Mr. Yip Kwok Kyung. He teaches me understanding entrepreneurialism back in Taylor's University Lakeside campus. And he did say that I will have this phone number until the day I die, so you students can contact me whenever you need me. So I did. I took him up on his offer, and later on in the day, he very, very graciously answered me and said that he was happy to help out and willing to schedule a face-to-face or an online call or online meeting to talk to me and see through my questions. So I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mr. Still at number 4, after creating the spreadsheet and the list of questions, I decided not to just focus on the domestic suppliers anymore. I wanted to go overseas too, for the sake of comparing prices and also learning more things about materials or how I should do things. And next up, number 5, I learned that maybe I want to use a professional email address to contact the suppliers. You know what? website domain. You are for week 3. I am not touching you this week. Bye. So the 6th thing I did today was I went back to focusing on the suppliers again. Yay. And then let's see, number 7. Oh yeah, number 7. I signed up for a free legal consultation that was organized by my community. So my community is Sokagakai Malaysia. We're a community and an NGO and also a Buddhist center where we focus on education, cultural, and also world peace. We really push for nuclear weapon abolishments, and we also hope to achieve like world happiness, like true happiness for everyone. Yeah, I'm really happy to be in this community. So anyway, they had this group called the SGM Justice Group Legal Clinic, and they decided to give like everyone or members like legal consultations. So I definitely took them up on that offer. 刚刚好 in the morning, I was just thinking about this question. Okay, number 8. I'm running out of breath. Number 8. I created the spreadsheet. I said it again, didn't I? Yeah, I created the spreadsheet to find the suppliers, and I also listed down my expenses, which is the lavalier mics I bought, and I started to do my research. I looked for suppliers in my domestic area first. And number 9 is very happy news because I finally scheduled a time to talk to my father. We were really busy recently, so we didn't get to talk much. I talked to my father and I told him about this idea for Wallace and I to start a small art business together, to rebrand from Wallace alone to like a sibling, so that we can share something of more value to all of you. And I asked my father if he wanted to invest in our small art business, and he agreed. He didn't ask any questions, He just said, yeah, go ahead. I'm so proud of you, daughter. I support you. I'm so happy. Thank you, Daddy. Okay, number 10. So number 10, while I was in the midst on Alibaba, I'm back on Alibaba again, looking for suppliers and manufacturers, I came across this segment where they have like management and product certification. So the video that I was watching was also talking about this, like, oh, if you want like humane working conditions, you go for the SA8000. I'm like, what is that? What is ISO? What am I looking at? So I did my research. I found at least 25 types of certifications on Alibaba to die. There's so many of them. But essentially, I managed to narrow it down to SA8000 and also ISO, where it's all about social compliance and also humane working conditions, something that I prioritize as well. And I also look at if they have the Oeco Tech Standard 100 for the embroidery patches that I want to make. And I'll also maybe even keep an eye on GRS or TUV. GRS is mostly for like tracking recycled materials, and TUV is more about the inspection of the products and their quality and their safety, etc. And lastly, I told my mom, okay, so China is very big. Where should I look for in order to get like affordable or cheap like shipping costs? My mom told me to look for Guangzhou and Shenzhen. So these two places are basically located in Guangdong, which is close to Malaysia. So I will be keeping an eye out for that as well. And that is all for day 2. Hi y'all, it's the 27th of March, Wednesday today, and it's day 3. So today I actually went out most of the time, so I didn't do much today regarding the small art business. I only did one thing, which is I continue to expand my list of suppliers to include those who provide stickers and postcards as well. Yes, usually those domestic will do the trick, I believe. And let's see, I also had a thought where if Wallace is going to have art classes to upskill himself, then I should too, as the manager and also half the entrepreneur of this small art business. So tonight I actually went for a dialogue with a few other youth members and youth leaders who are also very experienced, very knowledgeable, sharing their chicken soup and their wisdom with me so that I can improve myself and increase my emotional and mental capacity in order to take on challenges that I will definitely face in this smart business, and also to help me make the right and the wise decisions that can help people around us, including ourselves. And that's all for day 3. So it was the 28th of March, day 4. Okay, the reason that I'm recording one day later is because yesterday night I had an event as an MC. So when I got home, I was so tired that I instantly passed out on the bed. And I didn't do much yesterday because I was just doing my last rehearsals as an MC. But essentially, what happened yesterday was just one thing. So Mr. Ip and I exchanged voice messages on WhatsApp, and he gave me a feedback to categorize my list of questions for suppliers. And I thought, okay, that's very interesting. I never thought about it. So he went through my list of questions. He said that the content insight so far is alright. They're all relatable. I just need to categorize them into example like product, pricing, logistics, etc. And by doing so, Mr. Ip said that I could add more questions because it's more easier to see the categories and find out which parts I haven't explored with the supplier yet that I will need the answer to eventually. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. And also, my lavalier mics finally arrived today. I'm so sorry, my wire mic, I'll miss you. But let's just test this out and see if it works first, okay? But it works, so that's great. So anyways, today is the 29th of March, day 5, and it's Friday. So today, I didn't do much either, but I definitely made progress, okay? Today I did 3 things. So I followed Mr. Ip's feedback and I categorized my list of questions. So it went from this to this. I also added on the email template draft that I could use to send to the suppliers. Oh, and Mr. Ip also got back to me with another feedback, which is if it's possible, if I have the supplier's phone number, I should call them first. And he said that the reason being, it just drastically changes the effect of how I approach them, the first point of contact with the suppliers and to ask for a partnership. And honestly, yes, I have seen a video that talked about, if it's domestic suppliers, you should call them instead of emailing them first for the sake of more transparency, since you're both local, there's no language barriers, etc. And the point that Mr. Ip made about so I suppose it brings more attention to me because I'm actually calling them and I'm not just giving them a cold email. So okay, yeah, I thought that was a very great advice too. Mr. Ip has really helped me out a lot recently, and I'm so grateful to him. And yes, I am also very happy that I took this initiative to reach out to one of my teachers from university, because university is just full of those resources, gotta make use of it while I'm still here. So anyways, I also started looking for the phone numbers of the suppliers today, and because it's Friday, I don't know if they'll be open on Saturday or Sunday. It's usually off days, right? So I'm planning to contact them on week 2, Monday. I must contact them on Monday. Self-note. Anyways, yes, that's all for today. Hi everyone, it's the 30th of March and it's day 6. Today is Saturday. And I did 2 things today. So the first thing was, I contacted my brother and told him that I was going to call him at night so that I could tell him something really important. And then at night, I video called him on WhatsApp. Then he declined my call. So I figured he was probably busy or outside, or he just ignored me. So it's okay, I decided to wait for a while. But soon, not too late later, my father called over and he was like, yeah, I heard you try calling your brother, but he 挂你的电话. His brother, Wallace, call back Momoi. And oh, okay, thank you, Daddy. My brother called me back right away. Super effective. And then I told him about what was going on. Like, hey, so I want to help you to like sell your artwork. We're going to create this and that, this and that. We're going to create many interesting things and we're going to share it with people around us. Okay, is that good with you? And then my brother, I guess he understood because like, oh, yes, okay. And then I told him, okay, so now Wallace, I need you to choose your 7 favorite drawings. 7 favorite drawings. You can circle or you can screenshot. And then you send to Momoi. Okay, Momoi help you to create your drawings into the products. And then he said, okay. Okay, so there's also a question that I've been thinking about recently where I don't know which design or artwork I should use for which type of artwork. So currently I have 5 types of products that I'm hoping that we can launch, which is embroidery patches, enamel pins, acrylic keychains, stickers, and postcards. So these 5 things combined with 7 designs. I don't want 7 designs for like each item because if that's the case, not only will the MOQ have to be low, but the cost per unit is also going to be higher, which is honestly not beneficial for you or I. And to decide which design should go for like which type of product, I decided to create the Google Forms survey, which is the second thing I did today. So this Google Forms survey is to get more product research from respondents, basically my friends and family, and you guys as well. So I'm going to be showing them an artwork by Wallace, and I'll tell them, okay, so this is an artwork description, slide description, and then I'll ask them, okay, so do you prefer this to be in what form? What form? Please choose, and so on and so forth. And while on it, I'm also going to take the opportunity to ask more questions such as whether if they do buy from smaller businesses, how frequently, from where, what kind of products they usually buy, and if they were willing to support like disabled artists selling their products. So yeah. And while on this, I also discussed with my mother about how to incentivize respondents to fill in the form. At first, I thought about giving out a 5% discount code to whoever who fills in the form. But my mom told me that it's not really cash money to do that because someone could like just randomly or simply fill in the form and they still get the 5% discount code as someone who actually wholeheartedly and devoted their time to filling in the form. So she proposed me to give like mystery gifts to people who really filled in the form and took their time to fill it in. And I thought it was actually a very good idea. And we encountered another problem. So another problem was that we still don't know the worth of the mystery gifts. We don't know how much we were going to price it. We can't promise the respondents how much worth they're going to get. So in this case, honestly, it's better that we don't give out the mystery gifts because otherwise they'll just think, oh, mystery gifts, it's probably just something that's just dirt cheap or invaluable. So yeah, we'll be sticking back with the 5% discount code for people who really took their time to fill in the survey form. As for the mystery gift idea, I actually really do like it. Maybe after we launch the shop and we have like a price on the product, we can start giving out the mystery gift. For the time being, the mystery gifts will be put into my idea bag for the future. And yeah, that's all for today. Hi all, it's the 31st of March and it's Sunday. We finally made it through 1 week. Woo! So today I did 6 things. The first thing being I did some self-reflection. I watched a video posted by OGS about a woman named Michelle Mike Ng. We'll call her Mike. And she hosted a living funeral for herself 10 days before she passed away on the 2nd of January 2024. She was a cancer patient, and in the documentary, she shared about how after receiving her second diagnosis, she didn't know how much time she had left, and she felt really hopeless and absolutely lost. And one part she said that really struck me was how she said she felt disabled in some sense. And I realized that disability is not just something that's physical or mental. In Wallace's case, he has intellectual disability, but it's also a low state of mind, how we may feel restricted in what we are able to do due to the challenges that we are facing or the circumstances. And because of that, we may feel small, like we may feel trapped and helpless. We don't know what to do. And in the case of Mike, despite her fear of dying, she still managed to summon the courage to host a living funeral, invited her family and friends over to her house, and she spent quality time with them in her last moments of her life. Mike and her family have our deepest condolences. And yet at the same time, I feel so happy and proud for Mike because she introduced such a beautiful concept to the world. I told my mom about this living funeral, and we both can mutually agree that we'd love to have a living funeral as well before we die in the future, okay? We'd honestly be very fortunate if we get to host a living funeral. And Mike's story also really aligns with what We Lion is trying to do. Right now, my brother and I are courageously facing the world with our hearts unbared, even though we don't know how society will receive us. But despite that, we know that we're doing this because we want to encourage everyone, including the disabled community, to be brave and do something, to become roaring lions together with us. And on to the second thing that I did today. So, who was it who called over? I think my dad did. So my dad and Wallace called over to us, and after discussing some things, my mom and I decided that, okay, Wallace, we'll help you to choose the drawings first and then you pick again. And then afterwards, the third thing I did was I started to draft our We Lion logo on Canva. So I started trying to use like Mojo AI because it was an app used in Canva, but as you can see, I was not satisfied with any of them. So I decided to try and create my own logo through the use of fonts. And then I sent them to my uncle. I call him Kakao, or Cajun Tan is his name. And I also asked my mom for feedback. So, okay, my mom and Kakao are actually siblings, but their taste is similar yet not the same. My mom is like, I want the E to be on top. But my Kakao was like, I like the E at the bottom, it's good. And okay. So anyways, my Kakao also gave feedback like, okay, so maybe for this lion part, maybe Wallace can add his flair of art towards it. Maybe he can design the lion. No, okay, that's a very good idea. So maybe I'll get Wallace to work together with his art teacher in KL to design the logo as well. So okay, I'm free. No, not really. Anyways, number 4. I thought about using sustainable packaging for our products, and it suddenly hit me like, okay, why not I use like biodegradable zipper bags as the packaging. Not only is it sustainable, but it also protects our products from getting wet during shipping. And for number 5, I started writing the script for my YouTube intro because it's already the last day and I need to start editing this video soon. And I ran through my script in ChatGPT to further optimize and condense my script. And lastly, number 6. Jumping back to what I did in number 4, I searched for manufacturers that make biodegradable custom zipper bags. And I also discovered new certifications along the way on Alibaba. So I had to find the definitions for them again because I just need to understand what they mean. And okay, because this time the material is more focused on biodegradable, so there are also like new certifications that go along with it, such as the OK Compost Home. And also I updated the list of questions for the suppliers. I just added on a part for the zipper bags. And honestly, yes, that's all I did today.